Aloha mai kako, a como by the curtain call from a distance, a program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown, and I'm coming to you from my home office, where I have been conscientiously practicing self-isolation. We're coming up on award seasons. Minari won the Golden Globe for Best Foreign Language Film, and Vanessa Kirby, the star of Pieces of a Woman, was nominated for both the Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild Award, and both films have serious Oscar buzz. By the time you see these reviews, the Oscar nominations will have been announced. Minari, its star Steven Yuen, and the woman who plays Grandma, Soonja, Yuh-Jung Youn, have been nominated for Screen Actors Guild Awards as well. Minari is the story of the Yi family, Korean immigrants in search of the American dream in rural Arkansas. Jacob, Steven Yuen, dreams of being a farmer. His wife Monica, Weʻre Han, is less than thrilled with the mobile home he has purchased and the remote location. Their son David has a congenital heart problem, and they now live more than an hour from the hospital. They start out working in a hatchery determining the gender of chicks, but Jacob has no intention of remaining. Monica is nervous about leaving her children on their own. She gets Jacob to agree to allow her mother, Soonja, Yuh-Jung Youn, to come to care for the children. But Grandma is not exactly up to the task. She smokes, swears, and cannot bake cookies. Jacob is a great farmer, and soon he and his friend Paul, Will Patton, a Pentecostal Christian who speaks in tongues, is an exorcist, and does church on Sunday by dragging a crucifix along a remote dirt road, have a great crop, and things are looking very good for the Yi family. But that cannot be, and soon things take a turn. What happens? Well, check this excellent film out on Amazon Prime and YouTube for rent to find out. Steve Yuen, as Jacob, is determined, committed, smart, and amazingly tolerant. Weʻre Han's Monica is desperate, unhappy, and looking for a way out. In one scene, Jacob says to her, "Remember what we said when we got married? That we'd move to America and save each other?" Their argument scene is frighteningly real. Jacob says, "They need to see me succeed at something for once." Monica retorts, "For what? Isn't it more important for them to see us together?" To which Jacob answers, "You go ahead and do what you want. Even if I fail, I have to finish what I started." And the way the children respond to their arguing is so charming. As Grandma, Yuh-Jung Youn arrives with gifts and dressed for church, but she soon devolves into a TV, wrestling-watching, chain-smoking, foul-mouthed, Mountain Dew-swelling, irresponsible babysitter. Her best moment was when she took David out to the creek where she intended to plant her Minari. She tells him, "Minari is truly the best. It grows anywhere like weeds, so anyone can pick and eat it, rich or poor. Anyone can enjoy it and be healthy. Minari can be put in kimchi, put in stew, put in soup. It can be medicine if you are sick. Minari is wonderful, wonderful." Will Patton's Paul, the Pentecostal farmer, is such an amazing, quirky character. At first he seems like he might be a bit underhanded, but then we realize he is for real and a friend to Jacob, and is committed to the success of the crop and the welfare of Jacob's family. Minari is a gripping story that refuses to veer off its path. There is no anti-Asian sentiment coming from the townsfolk. In fact, when they go to church, they are welcomed warmly, and the kids find friends there. Director-writer Lee Isaac Chung can take a bow for this one. The writing is sure and real, and the directing is invisible. The film has the feel of truth revealing itself as the audience becomes the proverbial fly on the wall, observing this life unfold. Pieces of a Woman is about Martha, Vanessa Kirby, a professional who works in Boston, who is about to have a baby. Her partner, Sean, Shia LaBeouf, works as a manager of a bridge construction project. The film takes place from September to April in Boston. Each part of the film shows the bridge, which is kind of like a metaphor for Martha's life, in various stages of construction until it is complete. The first 30 minutes of the film is taken up with one of the most real birthing scenes ever put on film. Miss Kirby is so convincing as the mother-to-be, she has determined to have a home birth, and her intended midwife is engaged in another birth and has to send a substitute, Eva, Molly Parker. They are not so sure about this, but have no choice, and Eva seems completely competent, but tragedy strikes and Martha and Sean spiral into a maelstrom of pain, which is exacerbated by her domineering mother, Elizabeth, played by Ellen Burstyn. Eva is indicted, and Martha has to testify against her. But the film is really about Martha and Sean's relationship after the tragedy. Martha is mostly in shock, and Sean is having great difficulty getting back to where they were before. His tolerance is laudable, to say the least. They are on a course for disaster, and the case against the midwife is not a healing move. Because of the charges, Martha is unable to donate the organs of the child, so she decides to give the body over to a medical school for research purposes, much to the chagrin of her mother. This is not an easy film. In fact, one could say it's downright depressing. But the performances by Ms. Kirby, Mr. LaBeouf, and Ms. Burstyn are more than worth the price of admission. Ms. Kirby's birthing scene alone is worthy of a Purple Heart, let alone an Academy Award. The audience feels everything she is experiencing. Then her shocking numbness after the birth is impossible not to sympathize with and want to just hug her. Mr. LaBeouf's performance is so restrained you feel his desperation and his love for Martha until he has a serious lustful scene, which is one of the more difficult ones in this film. Ms. Burstyn knows this character well. She loves her daughter but doesn't trust her judgment. In their climactic scene, Ms. Burstyn is so revealing as she tries to convince her daughter to confront the midwife.
She has to pay for her incompetence.
Is this about money?
No.
Is it about what people think?
It's about you. It's about you having to face this.
I am facing this. I am facing it! I am facing this!
Well, I don't think you are. We need some justice here.
No, you need. That is what you want. That is what you need. That is your way. That is not my way. That is what you need.
Martha, if you had done it my way, you'd be holding your baby in your arms right now.
You know what? You're ashamed. You're so ashamed of me. You're ashamed because I failed. Oh, what a disgrace. Oh, what a disgrace. I failed.
Director Cornel Mundruczó and writer Kata Weber did a great job until the end. And they put in this totally lame coda that was completely unnecessary and added nothing to the film, and actually undermined it, moving it from a profound place to a sad cliche. Very bad choice. This part should have ended up on the cutting room floor. You can see Pieces of a Woman on Netflix, and Minari can be rented from Amazon Prime or YouTube. I heartily encourage you to see both. Well, that's Curtain Call from a Distance for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Ahui ho!